Hello journeymen and journeywomen, it's Kathy here, and you're watching Tesla Journey. So for today's video, I'm going to be giving you a 10,000 mile update on our baby. And what I mean by that is basically this is a things I like and don't like about my Tesla video, except we have officially surpassed 10,000 miles on our baby. So currently we are at 10,511 miles. We've owned this car for almost a whole year, which means that baby is almost one and Tesla Journey is almost one. 10,000 miles, it's given us a pretty good feel for the car. The following things are my true, honest opinions on everything. Owning a new car, when you hit that 10,000 mile marker, I don't know, I just feel like it's a special moment. I'm going to be starting off with the bad things that have happened, because I'm one of those people who like to hear the bad news first instead of the good news. Not necessarily bad, but like, just not good. So, the first thing I'd say is battery degradation. And okay, before y'all go off saying, I told you so, let me explain. So what I mean by battery degradation is that we used to be able to get around 267 miles of range, 90% capacity. So it used to go up to that much, but right now when we charge it up to the 90% marker, it only goes up to around 261 miles. That'll fluctuate every now and then too. Sometimes it's really weird, sometimes it'll go up to 263. On average, it goes to around 261 miles, so we've basically lost around 6 miles of range. But it doesn't really feel like you've lost any range, because I mean, I drive it around every day. It's not noticeable at all. So that's the first bad thing. The second bad thing is the yellowing on the outer edge of the touchscreen. So I'll see if I can include some pictures right around here. It's more obvious in the sun. That's one thing I have to say. Me, I'm currently in my garage. It's not that noticeable. It's only noticeable where it's white on the screen. So if it's not white, like the black bars at the top and at the bottom, you won't even know it's there. But I've seen like a couple other owners posting pictures saying that, oh, you know, my touchscreen is yellowing on the edges. It actually happened a couple months back. This is just me telling you guys now. But yeah, like it hasn't worsened over the past couple months since it started. It's just like there and like in the sun. It's just really distracting to me. So that's another bad thing. The third bad thing that's happened is we've got a spider in our taillight. Yeah. And this is another thing that other owners have posted about too. I used to laugh at those people. I'm like, how the hell? Like, how? Just explain to me how a spider, or any type of organism of that matter, of that size at least, I know like super tiny bugs can probably get in, but spiders, I think like maybe last month it got in. I don't remember exactly when it happened, but one day I was just walking around my car and I noticed it and I was just like, okay. It's just like, why? Like, I know everyone appreciates Teslas, everyone loves Teslas, even bugs, but it's like, you're not supposed to get into the taillight and then die in there. I'm actually supposed to take my car in to get the touchscreen replaced, and also when I asked them at that time, they said that they would be able to get the bug out according to them, so hopefully they actually do that. I should also mention that we took this car in sometime near the end of December and beginning of January. We took it in and we were actually going to leave it there, and we had a few little things pop up, and so we decided to bring the car back home. They actually ended up giving us a loaner, which wasn't a Tesla, and so gotta say I was kind of disappointed in that, because 6 months back approximately, like there was news going around, like Elon saying that whenever you go to the service center to get your car fixed up, you'll get a P100D version of the Model S or the Model X as a loaner, and so, you know, it still hasn't happened, and it's just, I mean, not because like I want a P100D, but I mean, of course we all want a P100D, but I mean, I would have been happy with a 60. Honestly, any electric car. Like, hand me a freaking Nissan Leaf, I'll take it. I'm sorry, but I'll take that. But no, what they handed me was a Jaguar, and so, you know, when I stepped into the Jaguar, I was overwhelmed, because I've been so spoiled by the spaciousness of the Tesla that when I stepped into that Jaguar, I was just like this was me. Like, I couldn't move. Whew. That was a struggle. And at one point, you know, my mom's all like, does this thing have gas? And I'm just like, immediately in my head, I'm just like, what? What's gas? Like, that's how, like, I'm serious when I say that I haven't driven a gas car, in like, ever. And so, I'm just like, huh. Tesla has minimized everything so well that I cannot do anything remotely with more than like 5 buttons anymore. It's just, it was crazy, but yeah, so that's like a mini service story. And the last bad thing that's happened is the forward collision warning, or the collision avoidance assist feature. So in a couple of videos back, I don't know if y'all remember, in one of my videos I talked about how, you know, like the bug report feature, like when you press a voice command, you're like, bug report, blah 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 blah. And so we did that, and yeah, it came back a couple days back when I was driving up the same hill. It just started beeping at me, hollering at me, be like, you're gonna crash into this car. And I'm just like, first time it happened, the car was closer. But this time when it happened, like, it was pretty far out. Kinda disappointed about that because it already been fixed, but then it happened again, so don't know. I don't know if they fixed something with the algorithms and it came through the new updates or something, but gonna have to send in another bug report. Bug report. Collision avoidance assist is beeping when I'm going up a hill. Thanks for your feedback. You're welcome, Tesla. Over 10,000 miles, almost a full year of ownership, and only 4 actual things that I gotta say that's bad. So that's it for the bad news. So let's get to the good stuff. The first good thing is Autopilot. And I know I've talked about Autopilot in a couple of my other videos as well, as we all do, but I've gotta say Autopilot has gotten better and smoother with over-the-air updates. When we first took delivery of our car, Autopilot 2.0 didn't have its autopilot everything's figured out yet. So, you know, we could only use cruise control, or traffic aware cruise control, or TAC, whatever you like to call it. So basically it evolved from only TAC to full-on autopilot and smooth autopilot. So you know how I talked about in some of my previous videos how autopilot was a bit, like, a little iffy on this, but yeah, it's gotten way better compared to the beginning when baby was born. Honestly, owning a Tesla is like raising a child. I feel like OTA updates is like sending them to school, but it only takes like 15 minutes and they learn plenty of new things. There you go, Kathy's new analogy of Tesla. Teslas are children that learn in 15 minutes. You all go do what you want with that quote. It's really smooth now. It doesn't like veer off into another lane, at least for me. I know I've heard a couple stories from other owners saying that their Teslas tend to veer off in other lanes. I personally don't have that problem anymore, because when I first got autopilot, like the actual autopilot on this car, it would turn, but like it wouldn't stay in the lane. It would literally go off like halfway into another lane and then it'd make its way back into like the lane that it was in before. So that was really, especially since it was on the freeway, you know, and thank the Lord that day not many cars were on the road, otherwise that would have been disastrous. But right now, like, you can keep it at a pretty high speed and it'll stay inside the lane. Sometimes it gets somewhat close to the edge, the outer edge of the curve, but that's like when you put it on a really high speed, and also if it's a really sudden turn, not a smooth curve. I'm carefree, yo. Like, sooner or later this thing gonna be driving itself anyways. The second good thing is that nothing is squeaky. This car is like day one. As if like it just came out, like it just rolled off of the assembly line. That's how it feels like. It's insane. Like nothing squeaks, nothing shakes. It's so quiet. Even the acceleration is still quiet. To be fully honest here, I actually did expect the acceleration to get somewhat louder, like to be able to hear the motor in the back. Or in the front too, since I have all-wheel drive. But I expected to like hear more motor noise. Even after almost a full year of ownership, the car is still as quiet as ever. So that's good thing number 2. Good thing number 3. So for good thing number 3, I'd say the traction control. Traction control on this car is absolutely crazy in the best way. Like driving in the rain, I love it. Like, I can know that I won't be slipping all over the road like those people who don't know what they're doing on ice skates. Yeah. I know that my car's doing half the work for me. Probably more than half, actually. Just making sure the car is stuck to the road. And no problems with hydroplaning or anything like that. I mean, the only bad part about driving in the rain is that since this is a white car, I think y'all know the rest of the story. I remember this one time where I was at the very front at the traffic light and there was a car beside me. And y'all know, everyone wants to race with a Tesla. I don't know if any of you Tesla owners out there watching have had this situation, but me, if I'm ever at the front at a traffic light, like, the car next to me just wants to race. Like, like, I get it. Like, I know you know this car is fast, so, like, but why are you trying? I just threw some serious shade, but, like, why are you trying? Like, are you doubting my car's abilities to be fast because it's a 90 and not a 100? Like, is that it? Because I'm pretty sure I can make you off the land. So anyways, yeah, one day I was at the front at the traffic light and the car next to me, so the light turned green and, you know, I was just like, okay, let's go. And I just, like, zipped off. And then I hear this, like, screech behind me. And I'm just like, oh, somebody needs traction control. And the last good thing about this car is the all-glass roof. Because I've actually gotten a couple of questions asking about the glass roof, how it's holding up, and whether or not it's leaked or anything. And to answer your question, it's held up great and no leakage whatsoever. Like, a lot of owners, I've heard stories about, like, you know, having problems with leaking sunroofs, which is one of the reasons why my dad didn't want to get a sunroof on this car, besides the fact that we hardly use a sunroof. The sun is no longer a problem in your car. The car doesn't heat up because of the glass roof, because most people tend to have this idea in their head that just because we have a glass roof, the car gets hotter because more light is allowed to pass through than a regular body-colored roof. Yeah, not the case. At least with this glass roof. Leaving the car out in the sun, yeah, it gets a bit warmer as every car does, but it doesn't get as warm as other cars. But also part of the reason that the car doesn't warm up too much is because we have white seats. Like, I could imagine it would get or it would feel a bit hotter, I don't know. But the white seats are truly my best friend. Wow. Okay, the shadows are getting really funky in here. I look like Batman once again. So that's it for the 10,000 mile update. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I mean, there's plenty of other things, of course, that have happened with this car, but I felt that those 8 things are the main things that really stuck out to me overall. So before I end this video, but one thing I wanted to let you guys know about is I've made a decision to make every other weekly videos on this channel. Now hold up. Not because I don't like doing what I do, and not because I'm busy, which I am. But, I mean, I do love Tesla, but, you know, everyone does have another passion, at least one other passion. And my other passion happens to be singing. So basically, the idea is that you guys won't be missing out on any content from me. Next week, there'll be a new video on my other channel. So, a new cover on my other channel, so head on over to my other channel to check that video out when it does come out. And make sure you subscribe so that you get notified when it does come out. I'm just gonna see how it goes. If it works for y'all and me, then cool. But if it doesn't, I might change it back to do weekly videos on here and occasional uploads on my other channel. Yeah, I'm really excited to get back into my covers because I haven't been uploading on that channel for a while. The special announcement is that we are adding to the Tesla Journey family. If you guys want to find out about this new addition to the Tesla Journey family, make sure you give this video a like. You guys will be able to meet this new addition next week. Since next week, a new cover is coming out. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, please make sure to leave a like down below and a comment of your thoughts. And if you haven't already, make sure you join the Tesla Journey family by subscribing to this channel and ringing that bell so that you're always one of the first to know when a Tesla Journey video is uploaded. If you're in the market for a Model S or a Model X, make sure you use my referral code, which will be right here and down in the description box below. It will allow you to get free supercharging for life, and for the next person who uses my referral code, you will get $500 worth of Tesla credit. The $500 will be good towards any type of Tesla service or Tesla goodies off of their website. Thanks again for watching. Engage yourself in the future.